Today is a freeway transit day. We're pushing to get to Bisbee with enough daylight to explore the town before moving on to more backcountry riding early the next day. These domes were built in 1982 by a California-based company called Intercon Technology that was planning to relocate to Arizona to manufacture circuit boards. The dome design was chosen because it was cheap, quick to build, and would help with the Arizona heat. Unfortunately, Intercon ran out of money before completing the facility, and so the buildings were left to rot in the desert. Pulling into Bisbee, we quickly check into the 120-year-old Copper Queen Hotel before setting out to explore the town. Carved into the mountains at 6,000 feet, Bisbee has a cool vibe, mixing old Western mining history with a modern bohemian culture. The mining was incredibly successful here, and in 1900, Bisbee was the largest city in the U.S. between St. Louis and San Francisco. Today, Bisbee hosts a vibrant community, offering a rich mixture of art, music, history, and outdoor activities. The town was laid out before automobiles, and many parts are still only accessible by these long staircases. We stopped by the Hotel Jaquil, known to the adventure motorcycle community for being owned and operated by Sterling Noreen, a prolific adventurer and filmmaker. Sure enough, we ran into Sterling, and he graciously showed us around and gave us some good route advice for the next day. We are packed and out on the road by 8 a.m., with a gentle storm arriving earlier than expected to escort us out of town. Just south of Bisbee are the remains of another mining town called Lowell. Most of Lowell's residential areas were demolished or subsumed by the ever-expanding pit of the lavender mine that had fueled the town's success in the first place. What used to be the central drag now sits on the rim of this gaping crater and has been lovingly preserved as a snapshot of 1950s Americana. After poking around this time capsule, we move on to the Coronado National Monument, where we will climb over the scenic Montezuma Pass and ride a portion of the Arizona BDR. After turning off State Route 92, it doesn't take long for the pavement to end and for the road to start a steep and windy but well-graded climb to Montezuma Pass. You can see hundreds of miles in either direction from up here, and the straight rule line of the border wall sticks out like a sore thumb in this expansive landscape. It's definitely chilly up here, and a light dusting of snow and ice cover the cacti at the summit. We ride across the southern rangelands, eventually reaching the border. Not much of a wall to speak of here. brief stop for gas and a snack, we journey east along Ruby Road, which was highly recommended to us by Sterling. The riding is easy and fast, and the only challenge is not to get too distracted by the incredible rock formations all around. This is truly one of the most striking landscapes that we've ridden through yet. We arrive at the gate of the now privately owned mining ghost town of Ruby, Arizona. Thursday through Sunday, they offer tours and camping, but today's Wednesday, so we settle for a quick aerial incursion via drone to see what we can see. Mining started here in 1877, and in the mid-30s, Ruby was one of the biggest producers of lead and zinc in Arizona. 1,200 residents called Ruby home. It's one of the best preserved mining ghost towns in Arizona, with 25 buildings still under roof, including the school, the jail, playgrounds, homes, and mining infrastructure. Definitely worth a follow-up in the future. The road is starting to show signs of rain and becomes a little slick and soupy, forcing us to slow our pace. Nothing too bad though. Just as daylight is running out, we stumble across a sign for Ariavaca Lake. A few miles down the path, we find a great campsite perched above the lake, and we settle in for the night.